Hello and welcome to Wedding Wednesdays with Weddings Online. My name is Kelly and I'm a former wedding planner and blogger, and I'm obsessed with weddings. If you're planning a wedding in Ireland, you're in the right place. You're going to learn the tried and tested methods to planning your dream wedding without the added stress. Think of this as your one-stop shop for everything to do with planning your wedding in Ireland, with me, your new wedding planning bestie, and a cup of tea. This is Wedding Wednesdays with Weddings Online. Your first dance is an amazing moment where you get to dance together for the first time as a married couple in front of all your guests at your wedding. But it's not for everyone. Maybe you don't like to have all eyes on you, maybe you've got two left feet, or maybe you just want to do something completely different. Then this is for you. My name is Kaylee and I'm the host of the Wedding Wednesdays podcast, and today we are talking all about first dance alternatives. And I'm going to walk you through some really creative ideas and things that you can do instead of a first dance, because let's face it, just cutting out the first dance isn't actually going to work. And this is why. I think it's important to start by talking about why we do a first dance. And I've already said it's a really special moment, and of course that's up there. It's a special moment, it's a romantic thing, it can be a fun thing. So in terms of the tone of the wedding, a first dance is a really special moment. But you might not realize this, the first dance is actually a really important moment when it comes to your timeline for the wedding reception. And this is why. The first dance will get the guests out of their seats. Now, if you were going to do a first dance, I would be the first person to tell you that I recommend getting everyone out of their seats and around the dance floor, and I will explain why in a moment. But if you do that, this helps to get everyone out of their seats, which is a change in the tone from what you've just had, which is it's normally a seated meal. Everyone's kind of at their tables, hanging out with the people that they're sitting with. And the first dance is a moment to get everybody up out of their seats and then to start the next part of the night. So in that sense, it's a bit of a transitional time. So you're transitioning from eating and sitting and chatting to getting up, and then essentially there's a bit more of a free time happening after that point. So this transitional moment also helps to open the dance floor. Now, of course, if you're not actually dancing, it doesn't mean that you can't use the dance floor, and it doesn't mean you can't get your guests up out of their seats. So I'm going to walk you through some ideas of ways that you can actually have that moment where you can open the dance floor, you can use the dance floor in this transition, and you can get people up. And here are some ideas for you. First thing is, why not try a shorter first dance? Now, hear me out. I know that the reason you're listening to this is because you don't want to do a first dance, but maybe you'd be open to the idea of doing a first dance if it was a little bit different to what you might be imagining. So now you might be picturing a first dance that is the length of an entire song. And if you think about it, a lot of like slow romantic songs are like 3 minutes or more. And that's really awkward. It's not only awkward for you to be dancing for that long, but it's actually kind of awkward for your guests to be watching you for that long. And so traditionally a first dance wouldn't even be that long. But if you wanted to make it even shorter, what if you did something like this? Like, so you and your partner dance together for like 30 seconds. It's going to feel like nothing. 30 seconds, just the two of you. Then you get your wedding party to come out and join you. And then soon after that, you could invite all the other couples in the room to join you as well. So then what you're doing is you have the moment, but it's not all eyes on you for the whole time. And then you can open the dance floor by getting everybody out. It's a really romantic moment. You could have your, your MC or your DJ announce that everybody's invited onto the dance floor, or you could prepare a few couples ahead of time. Just get your wedding party to go out and find some couples that they know and just say, hey, at one point we're going to wave you over, come dance with us, you're invited. And then of course in the moment, one of you can actually literally just wave everybody over onto the dance floor. And then of course, once that moment is finished, you then fade out and you fade in, or you just go straight into your banger songs, and that's how you open the dance floor. So consider a shorter first dance, because effectively you'd only really have all eyes on you for like 30 seconds, and then before you know it, you're dancing with people around you, and it's not as awkward as you might think. Here's another option. If you don't want to do a first dance, even if it is shorter, why not do a first song? This is actually what my husband and I did. We sang a song. We actually tried practicing a first dance. We hadn't nailed our song yet for the first dance. We had tried a few options, and they were all like slow, really romantic songs. At that time, I'd been coordinating a lot of weddings, and so there were a lot of songs that I just refused to use because I'd heard them hundreds and hundreds of times. We're talking things like Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. At the time, that song had recently come out, and it was like pretty much every wedding that I coordinated, that was the song that they wanted for the first dance. And I was like, not a chance. We've got to do something different. So we tried to do a first dance, and there were so many awkward moments when we were practicing where we would just look at each other and I just couldn't stop laughing. And I don't know why. So we decided to do something that felt a little bit more us. And so we chose a song and we sang the song. And the song is called No Matter Where You Are by a band called Us, the Duo. And it was really fun because it's not a slow song, but it's not a fast song. So it's kind of like acoustic-y with rhythms and stuff and fun harmonies and everything. But we still did what I would recommend everybody else does. And we were still on the dance floor and we got all of our guests out of their seats. Instead of getting them around the dance floor, we got them to stand on the dance floor with us. We did the song. It was really fun. And I don't actually think we did the whole song. I think we might have done a shorter version of it. And then we went straight into our bangers and opened the dance floor officially right after that. And so that's an option for you if you're a musical couple. Yes, all eyes will still be on you. But if you're really musical and you don't mind all eyes on you when you're doing something that you feel comfortable with, like playing an instrument or singing a song, this could be the option for you. Another idea, which is in a similar theme, is to do a performance. And now it doesn't have to be you doing the performance. So if you are musical, it could be you and your partner, or you or your partner. If it's, one of you and some of your wedding party, maybe you've all grown up as friends dancing and singing together. But you might want to hire a professional. It could be a band, it could be a singer, it could be a dance group, it could be a magician, a comedian, a mentalist, or some other kind of performer. But the idea here is really to create a fun moment where you still get everybody onto the dance floor or around the dance floor. Whoever's performing can either be on a stage or just on the dance floor like my husband and I were. You have this moment where all eyes are on someone, and then straight after that, you move into your dancing. So you still achieve what you want to, which is to get everybody out of their seats, to get everyone on or around the dance floor, and then to kick off the dancing straight away. And it's a fun moment. Here's another one. What about doing group photos on the dance floor? Now, I think this is really fun. And if this was an option when I was getting married, I would have done something like this. Maybe not instead of the song, but probably in addition to it, because it's just really fun. So what you do is you create a moment where all eyes are on the dance floor, but not specifically on you. So you and your partner would each sit on a chair next to each other in the middle of the dance floor, and your photographer would be there facing you guys, so ready to take photos of you. But what you do is you get your DJ or somebody to announce what's going to happen, and so each table group would be ready, maybe ready to be called by number or something like that, ready in order or something. You play a fun song and you say to everyone, we're going to go as quickly as we can, and as your number gets called, run onto the dance floor behind the couple, smile for a photo, then run off, and then the next table will come. So what ends up happening is you get this fun moment where everybody's up, they're out of their seats, they're running onto the dance floor for a photo. So the moment is fun, it's different, it's probably a little bit unexpected as well, because I haven't seen loads and loads of weddings where they've done this. But then you also end up getting loads of really fun photos of you with all your friends. Instead of you going to all the tables, you're getting all the tables to come to you. And then, of course, what you could do is as soon as the song is over, somebody else can quickly collect the chair that you and your partner have been sitting on, get those off the dance floor, and then you guys immediately start to dance. And what's helpful in that moment is if the wedding party knows that that's what's going to happen, everybody can, stay around the dance floor once their photo has been taken, and then they're right there and they all join you and you dance together. Sorted. Okay, I've got 2 more fun ideas for you. Here's one that's a little bit it is still fun, but it's less silly and more special. You could honor your guests. So I've actually seen this done before, and it's really special. You basically get all the married couples onto the dance floor, and you can be there too. And your MC or your DJ can facilitate this moment where you basically count down to the couple who's been married for the longest. So you'd be dancing, and let's just say, the DJ or the MC could say, if you've been married for less than a day, you can get off the dance floor. And then, of course, that would just be you guys, you and your partner, get off the dance floor. And then a little bit longer, the DJ or the MC could say, if you've been married for less than a year, you can get off the dance floor. Or you can spin it in a more positive way. So if you've been married for more than a year, stay on the dance floor. And then if you've been married for more than 2 years, stay on the dance floor. And then you can move up to 5 years, and then 10 and 15, 20, 30. And you basically carry on doing that until you're left with one couple And it might help if you know roughly how long they've been married for, so that you don't accidentally dismiss everyone at the same time. But it's just a fun moment where all the married couples are there, and what you're doing is you're honoring marriage, you're honoring love, and then you're left with one couple. It's probably a grandparent or, someone really special to you who's been in your life for a very long time, and then they are the ones that are still dancing together. And of course, you don't leave them hanging for, a really, really long time. You could always go up to them and hand them a bouquet of flowers or something like that and give them a big hug, and then say something nice like, we just really wanted to honor you because we love marriage, we love your marriage, you're an inspiration to us, so thank you so much, da da da. And then the DJ or the MC could say, and with that, the dance floor is officially open, so why don't we have everybody on, and then you go and do a banger. So it's a special moment, but you can easily transition that into the fun dance floor is open now kind of moment. Okay, and the final one is a fun one, and that is play a game on the dance floor. So it's kind of like the one where you have the pictures being taken, except this time you and your partner aren't the ones that are seated on the dance floor. So what you do is you get a bunch of people to volunteer to play a game on the dance floor. And depending on how many guests you have, that's what would determine how many people play the game. But you want to have between 10 and 20 people playing this game. So you want a relatively large group. So we're not looking for one or two, we're looking for a lot of people. And they all have to come out, sit on a chair on the dance floor, and your MC is going to give them some specific things around the room that they need to collect. So it'll be a little bit like a treasure hunt. And so let's say you start with 20 people. They're each sitting on a chair on the dance floor, maybe in a row or something like that, so they'll have an equal chance. The MC will say something like, in 3 seconds, I want you to find an empty glass of wine. 3, 2, 1, go. And then they all go find an empty glass of wine. They come back, and then say the first 18 people to come back are still in the game. So you've knocked 2 people out. And so they leave along with those 2 chairs. And then your MC would say, okay, I want you to find a purse that isn't yours. 3, 2, 1, go. And then these 18 people disperse, find a purse that's not theirs, sit down. And then if you say something like the first 16 people to come back are going to stay in the game. And then you find those kind of fun things where it's stuff that everybody can find. It's stuff that's in the room. It could be things that belong to them. It could be things that don't belong to them. But the idea here is to get them running. And if you had, say, 100 guests across 10 tables, so maybe you got 10 tables of 10, you could have 2 people for each table represented in this game. And you could say each table should be cheering for the people that are representing them. And so you're getting everyone involved. It's an interactive moment. All eyes are on the dance floor. And then, what you could do is you could say, your MC could say, okay, this one is for everyone. I'm going to count down, and then we're going to open the dance floor. And I want everyone on the dance floor in 3, 2, 1. And then the banger song gets played. So, as you can tell by these ideas, what we're really trying to achieve is a moment that is fun or special or a mix of both, where all eyes are on something happening on the dance floor. All your guests are out of their seats, so you're transitioning from the seated meal into the fun moment. You're opening the dance floor, you're getting everyone involved in something, and it's just really fun and different. So I hope that you enjoyed those ideas today, and I would love to hear if you've incorporated any of them into your wedding. So please let me know. You can comment on any of our Instagram posts if we're at Weddings Online. I'd love to hear what you guys have gotten up to and what ideas you have chosen to use. Well, thank you for listening today. The Wedding Wednesdays with Weddings Online podcast is produced by me, Kelly, and mixed, mastered, and edited by Glenn Hartman. For more wedding planning tips, advice, checklists, and more, visit weddingsonline.ie.